Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've probably seen some whispers, some leaks, some rumors that are starting to heat up and could really shake things up for the New York Giants. That's right. There's talk about a potential blockbuster trade that could redefine the Giants' offensive line, and honestly, their entire season. We're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that's been dominant in the AFC, and a player who could be on his way to the Big Apple, Creed Humphrey. This isn't just gossip. It's a real possibility that could have huge implications. So let's break this down. Creed Humphrey, the 26-year-old center from Oklahoma, has been a cornerstone for the Chiefs since he was drafted. A three-time Pro Bowler, Humphrey's known for his exceptional protection skills, his consistency, and his leadership on the line. His stats are impressive. Over 6 starts in 2025, he's earned a top 20 PFF grade among interior linemen with a mere 3.8% pressure allowed and 0 sacks yielded. That's elite protection, folks. Humphrey is a player who can anchor your offensive line, and for the Giants, that's huge. Right now, the Giants' offensive line is struggling a bit, especially in pass protection, ranking 24th in sacks allowed with 21 total. That's been a real issue for Daniel Jones and the offense as a whole. And speaking of Daniel Jones, his pocket time has increased from around 2.48 seconds to about 2.8 seconds, which might seem small, but it's crucial. It gives the QB more time to find his targets, to make decisions, to avoid those costly sacks. The Giants' run game has also seen some improvement, going from roughly 112 yards per game to 140 yards, an increase of about 28 yards, which helps balance the offense and keeps defenses honest. The pass blocking numbers are climbing, with the pass block win rate jumping from 56.4% to around 64%, so there's a clear trend of improvement, but still room to grow. Now, why would the Chiefs be interested in moving Humphrey? Well, Kansas City is sitting comfortably at 5-1 in the AFC West, leading their division and stacking up picks for an extension for Patrick Mahomes. They've been aggressive in building their roster, and cap space is tight, about $12 million after some restructuring. They've been known to be clever with their cap, and they already have a solid defense, ranked number 4 in points allowed per game, giving them flexibility to make bold moves. Pug, their veteran guard, has been rotating in and out, but he's more of a depth piece, whereas Humphrey is a true anchor for any offensive line. His presence would immediately boost the Giants' protection and give Daniel Jones more time to operate. You might be wondering, what about the trade specifics? Well, the rumors are suggesting that the Giants could trade a 2026 fourth-round pick along with Justin Pug, the veteran guard who's been valuable for depth and experience, to acquire Humphrey. It's a strategic move, adding a top-tier center for a relatively modest draft pick and a veteran who's familiar with the league. It's a gamble for sure, but one that could pay off tremendously. Think about it, a healthier, more stabilized offensive line that allows Daniel Jones to work more effectively, reducing sacks and improving the overall offensive efficiency. And let's not forget, this move would come at a critical time. The Giants are sitting at 2-4, and while that record isn't ideal, the league is so unpredictable, and the NFC is wide open. The Eagles, for example, have had their struggles lately, and the Giants could capitalize on this moment to make a push. Improving the offensive line is key, especially with the team facing tough defenses and a schedule that demands resilience. Plus, with Humphrey's ability to excel in zone runs, yielding a +1 EPA per snap in those situations, he would fit perfectly into Brian Daboll's scheme. But it's not just about immediate gains, it's about building a foundation. Humphrey's durability is impressive. No injuries after his 2023 knee injury, and he's been consistently available, starting all 17 games in his last full season. That kind of consistency is rare, especially when you consider the physical toll of playing in the trenches. The Giants' offensive line needs that kind of stability, and acquiring Humphrey could be a game-changer in the long run. Now, on the other side, the Chiefs are doing their homework too. They're stockpiling picks, possibly preparing for Mahomes' impending extension, which could be worth over $55 million annually. They're building a team not just for this season, but for the future, and trading Humphrey could be part of that strategic plan, especially if they see value in the draft picks or depth they could get back. It's a chess match, and the Chiefs' management has shown they're willing to make bold moves. For the Giants, this isn't just about plugging a hole. This could be a signal of their intent to compete at a higher level, to bolster their offensive line and take some pressure off Daniel Jones. The improvements in pass protection and run blocking that could come from adding Humphrey could elevate the team's overall performance significantly. Plus, it might help reduce the sacks allowed, which currently stands at 21, something that hampers the offense's rhythm and confidence. If Daniel Jones gets more time, more space to operate, we could see a more dynamic Giants offense capable of scoring against top defenses. And let's talk about the mental and psychological boost this could give the team. When players see their organization making aggressive moves, showing confidence in their core, it energizes the locker room. It sends a message that the Giants are serious about winning now, about making strategic upgrades, and about competing with the best. That kind of mentality can be contagious, especially in a league where confidence can often be the difference between a win and a loss. Of course, there are skeptics. Some will say that giving up a fourth-round pick and a veteran guard might not be worth it, especially considering Humphrey's injury history or the uncertainty of how quickly he can integrate into a new team. But the upside outweighs the risk when you consider the potential for a stabilized offensive line, a boost in Daniel Jones, confidence, and the overall team morale. Plus, with the NFL's roster rules and cap flexibility, the Giants have the room to make such a move without jeopardizing their financial stability. Looking ahead, the Giants are facing some tough opponents, and the NFC East is as competitive as ever. The Eagles are still formidable, but the Giants have shown flashes of potential, especially on offense. If they can get Humphrey and integrate him quickly, it could be the missing piece that turns their season around. And for the Giants fans, that's exactly what you want to hear. Hope, strategic moves, and the possibility of a deep playoff run. With Humphrey's leadership and skill, Daniel Jones will have a better chance to shine, and the Giants could position themselves as serious contenders in the NFC. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. This is a story that's still unfolding, but one thing is for sure. If the Giants manage to pull off a trade like this, it could be remembered as a turning point in their season, a move that sets the stage for a playoff push and maybe even more. The NFC East is always a battleground, but with a fortified offensive line featuring a player of Creed Humphrey's caliber, the Giants could be ready to take some big steps forward. So keep your eyes on this one, folks. The NFL never stops, and neither do the Giants' ambitions. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into what could be a game-changing story. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let's go Giants.